Right, so this is how we created virtual machine, guys. Let's go to resource. You can do it from here, or you can search virtual machine here and you'll already see your existing machine, same method which we tried before creating. Okay. So from here, you can click on go to resource. And now you are on your virtual machine. Look at this. I always told you that you should be here on the upper left hand corner. This is the place where you get to see where you are. Okay. So you are under home, virtual machine. This is your virtual machine. And here you see which ID you have used to log in. Another method is also, let's say if you are here on the home page and if you want to go to your machine, you can click here or search for virtual machines and you'll see your existing virtual machines here. Click on it. Okay. And now you are at the same place. You go from there, you go from here, same thing, right? What is this? This is called blade. Left hand side, whatever options do you see, this is called blade. Okay. So we are going to see all these options one by one. Okay. First option is overview. What do you see on overview? Under overview, you see your resource group name. Okay. Where is this machine? This is your resource group name. Did I select any resource group while creating? No, I selected new and I think this is the name it took automatically. I didn't even bother about it. Will you guys be able to do the same? If I ask you to create a virtual machine and will you be able to create the virtual machine on Z subscription?
No.
No, you don't have access. You have specific access to your resource group. So you'll have to stick to your resource group, right? In actual build sheet, you will get it very clearly whether I want this machine in a new resource group with this name or it should be there in an existing resource group in the actual request I'm talking about. In your case, you don't have any option. Operating system, you see it here. Okay? Status running. This is very important and you do get questions also. The question most of the time in interview comes that what are the states you are aware of a virtual machine? So what are the states? One was creating. Those are basic. They are not even interested in that. The uh, mostly used is running. The other one, it's if I stop it from here, or just give me 1 minute. I'll show you both of them. This is running. Let me log into the machine. By the way, anyone wants to see how do I log in from Windows to a Windows machine? If someone has Mac, let me know. I'll guide them. From Windows, a Windows server, how to log into your machine. So there is a software called RDP. You can type MSTSC, you get that. You can type RDP, you get that. This blue color software called Remote Desktop Connection. You click on that. This kind of page will be open. Here you type your IP. Which IP? This public IP. Right? We are going to see that private IP, public IP, everything in networking session. As of now, you want to connect, you are going to see public IP. By the way, public IP will also have quota. Just because you're creating machines doesn't mean you can get all the public IP. Maybe you have quota of 6 virtual CPU. You're able to create 6 virtual machine, but only 3 of them will have uh, public IP. Possible, right? In my case, I don't have any restriction on the public IP. I mean, restriction is there, but it has huge quota. So public IP you're going to use. Public IP, it's just for our training purpose. In actual environment, you will never see people connecting to public IP unless it's a very small organization and very small project and they have used VPN, etc. Those concepts you are going to see later. But normally, you always connect using private IP. In our training session, but we are always going with public IP because for private IP, you need another level of another setup, which we don't have, which we haven't done. We haven't started networking. So always stick to public IP. Where will you get the public IP? and the left hand blade, click on overview. There you see the public IP. Click on that. Which user ID and password will work here? Will my Azure user ID and password will work here, guys?
No.
No, tap out.
Which one?
Created.
Virtual machine.
Yes, the one which
Tap
I
out.
created. So this is my username and my password. Click yes, and I should be logged into my machine. This is my server. What were we talking about? We were talking about the status of machine. What is the status of the machine now? Running,
Running.
right? What am I being billed for? When my machine is running, I'm being billed for the disk which I'm using, which is attached to this virtual machine. Isn't Azure is taking rent from me for what? For a disk which is attached to this machine. I'm using Azure's 127 GB's space where my operating system has been installed on that machine. So this disk is attached to my machine. So I'm paying for this disk, right? Because my machine is running. What else am I paying for? What else do I need to run a machine other than disk?
Working.
Sorry?
CPU.
Working.
What was that before CPU?
Network.
Networking, yes. Networking, little bit. I mean, very nominal charges. Forget it. And that has nothing to do with my machine's status. Networking as it is, I'll be charged. Yes, CPU. I'm being charged for CPU. Why? Because I'm holding one virtual CPU from Azure's quota. Azure can have maybe lakhs of virtual CPU, whatever it is. You have acquired one from me, you are paying for one. 3.5 GB RAM. I have acquired from Azure, I'm paying for that. So I'm paying for three things. What am I paying for? I'm paying for RAM, I'm paying for CPU, and I'm paying for hard disk in running state. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Now I go to this virtual machine. Okay. My developer or whatever or whoever is using is done with the work. He comes here, click on the start button like you do on your laptop, right? Shut down. I'm shutting down the virtual machine from OS level. This is called operating system, mostly referred as OS. I shut down the machine from OS level. What is the machine status? Let's have a look in 2 minutes. It won't change immediately. When it is running, it is running. Obviously, it is implied. I mean, self-explanatory. I don't have to explain what is running. I shut down the machine from OS level. What is the status?
Stopped.
Stop.
Stop.
What am I paying for now?
OS disk.
Okay.
RAM.
Public IP.
Public IP.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Yes.
Operating system.
Network.
RAM,
Size.
same thing. I mean, whatever I was paying in a running machine, same thing I'm paying in a stop machine. Got the point? Disk,
Yes.
Yes.
RAM, CPU, public IP. Same thing. Running, stop. Two states we discussed. Now let's talk about the third one. Let's say this machine is on. I'll turn it on again, okay? I could have stopped it directly, but just for you to get the feeling. Now this machine is on. I'll take the remote again if you guys want, or we don't even have to take the remote. This machine is on, and I have done the auto shutdown feature, or I'm directly coming to the portal and stopping the machine. When we use auto shutdown, it doesn't stop the machine from OS level. It stopped the machine from here. Now look at the difference. Now it's running, right? OS is working. If I log in, you guys will see the machine again. I'm not just doing that. When I shut it down from OS level, it shows stopped. Now I'm stopping it from the portal. Look at this. Deallocating is also one of the status, but they're really not bothered about provisioning, creating, deallocating. When they are asking this question, it is implied they're interested to know running, stopped, and the next one which is about to come, which is stop deallocated. Can you see? One is running, the second was stopped, and the third is stopped deallocated. Now, what is the difference between stopped and stopped deallocated?
In
Anyone?
stop,
Network
you
has
were
been
just
disconnected.
paying for the operating system RAM and IP address, and in stop deallocated, you have totally shut down from the server, so you do not have to pay any amount.
Not literally any amount, even if it is deallocated. What about the public IP? Am I not
You
still
are
holding
paying for
public
OS
IP?
disk and
Yes.
data disk.
Yes. There's no, let's not bring the topics which are not here. Can you see any data disk? No, there's only one disk. So I'm paying for the disk, right? I'm paying for the disk. What am I not paying for? Which I was paying earlier in running in stopped one. It's your virtual
CPU and RAM.
CPU and RAM. You're saving some cost here. Rest everything remains same. If public IP is there, you're paying. I mean, this is optional. You can have a feature like this that the moment my machine gets shut down, public IP should be removed. That is fine. But I told you in actual environment, you are hardly going to see one or two servers with public IP. So not very bothered about it, right? Running, you're paying for storage, CPU and RAM. Stopped, you're paying for storage, CPU and RAM. Stop deallocated, you're just paying for storage. Simple. How is it impacting you ultimately? Amount, billing, cost, huge impact. Imagine I have a machine which is running 24/7, right? 24/7 I'm paying for this one CPU, even if it is a slightest amount, let's say, even if it is 1 rupee per hour, right? For this one. My machine is being used for only from 9 to 5. 9 to 5, what is the timing? Let's say 10 hours. Forget 9 to 5. Let's say it's being used for 10 hours. Still, I'm saving cost for 14 hours if I make sure that it is stopped deallocated. If I just shut it down from my OS level, it's not saving me anything. So to achieve this, we had auto shutdown feature. And these are the status of machine, which sometimes they do ask. Not very common question, but I have heard this question in interview. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if we do delete this machine, so still we have to pay of any like for disk
No,
and
no.
for RAM.
If you delete the machine, there is no disk, there is no RAM. Why would you pay? Let's go here. When I wanted to do that at the end to delete the machine, but let's, and since you have asked, I'll go to Z subscription. I'll go to virtual machine. Look at this. I'll open quota also. You're using 4 out of 4, right? I'm deleting everything, by the way. Yes, good. I came here. One more frequently asked question. When you create a virtual machine, what all resources get created? They do ask this. When you create a virtual machine, what were you creating? You were just creating a virtual machine. But obviously, there are some essential components which will get created automatically, right? Without that, it's not possible. So this is your answer, that when you create a virtual machine, what all gets created? Public IP, it's not all the time. This is we are selecting, hence it's being created. Network security group, virtual network, network interface, and disk. So this you should remember that when I create a virtual machine, a disk gets created, a network interface gets created, a virtual network get created, unless we are using existing virtual network. That's a different story, but uh, you have to say this: network interface, virtual network, network security group, and obviously virtual machine. And there was one more. We can see, let me look at this machine. In deallocate, we have to only pay disk. No, in Okay, stopped deallocated. Yes. Under this stopped deallocated, you are only paying for this was Rizwan's question, guys. I would again request all of you to please feel free to unmute yourself and ask question. Okay, stopped deallocated. Yes, you will pay only for the disk, and in this case we have public IP, so you're paying for public IP. If you didn't have public IP, then only paying for the disk. Though it is appearing here, but you are not utilizing it more anymore, so you don't get charged for that. Okay, so what all gets created? A virtual network, a network security group. What is this? We are going to see it later. Networking concepts. Network interface, a disk, and a virtual network. Public IP is optional. So how many components are being created with along with the virtual machine? This is optional. This is we are creating. So what are the components which are getting created without we requesting them? One, two, three, four. Virtual network, disk, network interface, and network security group. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? I'm not counting this because both are virtual network. He must have created it separately. While creating a virtual machine, one virtual network gets created. So one, two, three, four. These four, they get created automatically. Is this clear to everyone, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Coming
Yes.
back to the question that if we have deleted the machine, what about that? So look at this. I'm deleting the machine. I've deleted one machine which had two CPU. I'm deleting another machine. Can you see? Your CPUs are free now. So if you have already freed them, obviously there are no charges. So if you delete the machine, there are no charges. Clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Most of the time, guys, I'll check your assignment, whatever I assign you, and I try to delete the machines. But in case I missed or I do something, people who currently have access at the subscription at uh, owner access or contributor, if you are in front of the computer and if I request you, please feel free to delete. Or owner of the machine, if I tell you that okay, I have checked your machine, feel free to delete it. So please delete it. Right here, I told you these 18,000. Even if you run the machine for a longer time, you're not spending all these 18,000. But it's about quota. If your machine is there, we are 18 people. If three machines are there, I have already checked them and it's not deleted. Your fourth member will not be able to create anything. Right, so please be considered for others also, and make sure you delete your resources as soon as checking is done. Otherwise I make sure that I delete them, but sometimes if they are not done, people who have access will increase more contributor at least to this subscription. Right, we'll have two or three contributors to this subscription, so even they can do it. Okay, so here I have deleted everything from Zed's subscription now, and we were talking about the left plate overview page, IP. Okay, IP, DNS name. Let's not get into this now. This is what you see. You see subscription ID, you see the subscription name, right? When was this machine created? This information you see. What else do you see? Again, computer name, few informations are repeated. Computer name, operating system, VM generation, architecture, uh, agent state, don't worry about it. There are plenty of information. We'll just be focusing on few of them. Under, yes, under networking, you see IP address, public IP address, right? Public IPv4, public IPv6. Now, what are these? This we are again going to learn in networking sessions, and I'll be sharing some videos to you to get your basics clear. We see private IP, right? We see DNS name, we see virtual network name, that this machine is a part of which virtual network. What is virtual network? We are going to do that later. What are we focusing now? That what all information do we see here, right? So you see it here. You see the size of the virtual machine. I'm not asking you to change or anything. A simple question: what is the size of this machine? Where do you have to go? You have to go to virtual machine overview, left hand side blade. Click on overview. Under overview, you will see the size of the machine. Right? And there are a few more. Auto shutdown. Is any auto shutdown enabled on this machine? You can come here and check. Clear, guys? This page.
One question about that status stop deallocated.
Hmm.
So when we stop it from the Azure page,
Hmm.
can the people can work start the machine from the RDP which we saw?
No, definitely not. RDP
Oh.
is not to turn on your machine. RDP is just to access your machine. If your machine is stopped
Mhm.
or stopped deallocated, to turn on the machine, there is only one way. They have to come to the portal and click on start button.
Okay. So we generally don't do it from here. It was just to understand that okay, if we stop, we get that status, right?
Yes. No, we do. The auto shutdown feature is there, but generally to start the machine, we don't give them uh, portals access. There are some concept called webhook, which we'll be covering later. I mean, they don't see everything. They just have a link. They click over there on the link, and that link will come here in a programmatic manner, and it will start the machine. Or there is another method that I clearly know that my users or these developers, they work 9 to 5, right? So while creating the machine, you do have that options you can add. But let's do it later. I want to keep it simple as of now. Okay, but to answer your question, no, you can't start it from RDP. It has to be started from here. In this case, we were assuming that we have given this access to developers. Let's say all of you are my developers, right? And I have machines for all of you in your own resource group. And I've given you a owner access on your resource group. So you will be able to turn on the machine. You have access to shut down the machine also, but you are not doing it. Hence, I was looking for some technical solution. It's not that you didn't have access to shut down the machine. My developers, they had access to shut down the machine, but manager has been telling them and has been requesting them from long time, but my developers are not doing it. They simply just leave the machine. They just don't shut it down. They don't want to come tomorrow again, log in and open 10 applications, right? They just want to lock the computer, go ahead. For them, it's easy. But for project manager, it's my billing, right? So what I do, these are my developers. I have given you access on your resource group as an owner. I'll use auto shutdown. Your machines will be automatically shut down. Whenever you want to come, please come here, go to your machine, turn it on. It works in this manner. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Next tab is we have. Okay, let's cover these two tabs and then uh, we'll start with the blade. While creating the virtual machine, we skip few tabs, right? I have two tabs which are very small. We'll cover them first. It's from today we are actually starting the training, so please be focused on it, right? We learned basic in detail, right? By the way, who I think Sohail asked that feature question, right? Instead of password, you wanted to use key. So look at this. If you click on password, you will be able to log in using password. If you want to log in to server using SSH key, this is the SSH key. This I'll show you later. Not needed as of now, but this is where you get this feature. So we uh, so networking not doing anything, disk we are not doing anything, management auto shutdown only this feature, monitoring we're keeping it disabled for now. What did we have under advanced? Yes, so with these two things we are covering advanced and tags. Under advanced also we are not covering many things, only two things we are covering. One is this select VM extension application, and this one, these three. So under advanced, what do we have? Let's say that I am creating a machine, right? And I want, while creating the machine, it should have a few options. For again, same example what I shared initially, that a user has given me 10 options that after creating the machine, this port should be off, this port should be on, it should have this feature, it should have that feature, it should have this application. So there are two methods. I can do it uh, once the computer is ready, or I can do it from here also. How can I do it? This is a place where you can put any script. For example, if I tell you that I want a firewall, all Windows operating system they have firewall in it. Are you guys aware of this? Firewall about Windows operating system? Yes, no, anyone? Okay. Windows system, they have firewalls. It blocks most of the traffic. So normally anyone who is asking to create a Windows server, they ask you to turn off the firewall, right? So what you can do, you can go to the server and turn off the firewall. Or what you can do, you can simply write a command here. I think netsh advanced firewall set all profile. There are three profiles on the in the firewall. We are not learning firewall here, so don't worry about it. Right? There are three profiles. So this command, what it will do, it will turn off all the firewalls. That's all. I just have to put this script here. I can have more script also. I can have detailed script also. Whatever I want to do it, right? If he wants to install some application, click here. Let's see if those applications are listed here. If any of the application, in my case, I haven't listed any application, but in the actual environment, they will have their own applications, right? For example, monitoring application. So you'll check that application, click on save. This will be here. Let's see if I had one. No. Okay. So we do not have any must be select. Okay, I have not selected the basic details here. You'll have to select all that. And you can come here, you can select extensions, you can select applications, you can give scripts. Who will give the script, do you think? I mean, if this very basic script like turning off the firewall, you can also do it. Any senior person around you will be able to help. But if it is a huge script, something related to their application, who do you think will provide the script? Will you guys write a
Developers
script for them?
develop.
Yes, you won't write it, right? Developer, person who's raising a request, anyone, but you are not going to write a script for them. I hope you understand. Your job is to facilitate them. You give us the script, and if that script is not working, will you go ahead and troubleshoot that script? It's written in C sharp, it's written in Java, it's written in Python. Will you go ahead and troubleshoot that?
No.
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 Obviously, no. Your job is to make sure that you have provided the details here in proper manner, right? So you won't do that. Yes, Zahir.
But through this portal, can we compline the VMs to the HIPAA compliance to this portal? Are they applying the policies to enable the feature?
That depends. What do you mean by HIPAA compliance? I mean, I'm aware of the HIPAA compliance, but what all things are you looking as per the HIPAA compliance? Have you
Like
noted
this
down
like
somewhere and
next, I do yeah,
automated
I do have
that?
the couple of lists.
Hmm.
Like a user unable to save the data on the local machine, or
Right.
like a user unable to take the screenshot
Yes. Why
like
not?
that.
Yes, yes, you can.
So
So
through the bash
whatever
file we
compliance
can
are
save
there,
over here.
just if you write it here, that user should not be able to capture screenshot. Do you think computer will understand this language?
No.
No, right? You have got the compliance list with you. Now what you have to do, convert that to a script. That how to
Mhm.
achieve this in operating system. What all settings will I have to do so users will not be able to change that settings, right? You say, fine, I can go to start, I can go to settings, I can go to wallpaper, and there is an option which I can disable it, which says, let's say mouse setting. I want this one. Fine. I want this one in every machine or the machine which I'm creating. I want this one. What did I do? First, I clearly had in my mind what I wanted. Second, I figured out that how is this being done on the operating system. Third thing, what I'll require? Script for this thing. Understand one thing, in Windows on operating system, whatever you can do using this mouse, in fact on the portal also, Azure portal, whatever we can do using GUI, all the things can be achieved using script as far as you have good knowledge. In fact, script can do two more things extra which which your portal can't do, which your GUI can't do. For example, I'll tell you, while creating a virtual machine, look at this. This is creating a network interface. We saw, right? While creating a machine, a network interface card gets created. On the portal, we don't have option to select a customized name for that network interface card. But in the script, we do have option to control that also. So similarly, when you're creating a machine, you have listed down that these are the things I need to control. You will have to make sure that you write the script for them. Check it locally first. It is working fine. Check it remotely first. Is it working fine? Once the script has been tested and everything, you give the script to your cloud admin. You will simply paste it here. Your cloud admin is not going to write a script for you, or you as a cloud admin is not going to write script for your application owner. Maybe you are coming from Windows background, you are comfortable with Windows, fine. Someone is coming from Linux background. What about that? Someone has unique requests, even you don't know, right? So that's not your job. Your job is to facilitate here. So if you have sufficient script, that can be achieved from here. Hope that answers your question, Zahir.
Yes, yes.
Next thing is tag. I mean, it's least technical, but very important. What is tag? Tag is nothing. You just tagging that machine, or for that matter, any resource you're creating. Tag applies everywhere, guys. Storage, VNet, subnet, whatever we'll be creating, you guys will see tab. What is tab? Now we are in training session, so we hardly see one or two machines. When you go to actual environment, you'll see thousands of machines, and that time you literally have 10, 15 machines. No one knows that who owns that machine. No one knows that who's the owner of the machine. Why is it running? Can I turn it off? Why is it off? Can I delete it? No one knows that. So to avoid that situation, we should always use tagging. Contact number, that who's the owner of this machine. Owner name, let's say owner's email address. So whenever you have in future, whenever you have any issues, etc., you will be able to find that owner. This is one requirement. Another one is in tags, we also have this one. I understand this information is available here also. Under, if I go here, what information I'm putting in tag now, I understand that information is available here also, right? But this is complicated. This is very easy. So under tag, I will have this information also. Even if it is available over there, most of the time you will see OS version. Ignore the caps, guys. Windows 2019. It will help me in future. You will majority of the time you will see it. You may say that is a repetition of work, but yes, you will see it. Is this information is here, but you will always see here also. How it works and how it will help. Let's say 1 year down the line, now I want to know how many Windows 2008 do I have in my system, right? It will be very difficult for me to write a script and fetch that information from here, but it will be very easy for me to just run one simple script that please run this script on my complete subscription and look for the tags. OS version is equal to, here caps and everything matters, right? I'll tell you why you won't make mistakes here. OS version is equal to Windows 2008, and you will have the list immediately ready. Within a minute, you will have the list, right? You can find that how many servers UT-Kloud own, maybe locations you have, office, right? Pune. You want to see how many servers are there in Pune, right? You want to see how many Windows Server 2008 are in Pune. So you'll put office is equal to Pune, OS version is equal to 2008, and you will have a list, right? And here you might say that you have written office like this. What if some other server has written office like this? What if they have written Pune like this, right? So this doesn't happen. Why? If you guys remember, I spoke about policy. So using Azure policy in live environment, they make sure that you are not able to create a server without tags. Azure portal is not making it mandatory. We already created a machine. We didn't have to put any tag. But most of the subscription from day one will have this policy that you can't create a server without tags. Under tags also, they can control this part, that this part will already be written owner. So you can't make any mistake here. And they can control this part also, that only select it from drop down, or it will select only 10 digits. You can't have country code, etc. You can't have this. You can have only 10 digits, right? You can achieve all these. And nowadays it is giving more options that you can select all the resources wherever you want to put it. But as of now, it will use these tags only on the particular machine. Then where do you see these tags? Here it is. Under overview, activity log, we are not won't be able to cover today. IAM we have already covered. It's the same what is there on the subscription. It is exactly same. If I am on the IAM of virtual machine, and if I give you access here, let's say I create a new user. Okay, I create a new user Zahir, and I give him access only on this one. He's a Windows expert. Even if he logs into my subscription, he won't be able to see resource group. He won't be able to see anything except for this virtual machine. So this is the scope. But IAM is exactly same. So I am not repeating this. Here you'll see few owners already there because they will inherit the access. Look at this. They are inheriting the access from subscription, etc. Right? Then inheriting access from other subscription also. So IAM is exactly same. Overview we have covered. Activity log will not do it now. This again comes under monitoring, so we can do it later. Diagnose, it's very important. We'll start it next week. Tags. Here is the tag, guys. Look at this. So this is the tag, and here you see all the details. So whatever tags you have put there, you will see all this information here. Can you add tags? Depends what kind of Azure policy you have. You should have access. If you have access, you can. If your policy allows to add tag, you can. Most of the time they don't. They play very strict with tags because it's a reporting tool for them. Right? So we covered creating virtual machine. We covered basic tab, advanced tab, management tab, and tags tab. We covered overview. We covered tags from here. IAM we have already covered. Activity log will cover it under monitoring. We'll start from here. Connect. This we are not doing it. Diagnose. It's something for you guys to do it. I won't be teaching. I'll tell you how to use it. So we'll start next week from connect. What is connect? What is bastion, etc. We'll go slightly, slowly like this. Right? I'll be putting some questions in WhatsApp group and here, and obviously we will be having tasks. Right? uh, Complete the task, share the screenshot. For example, I ask you to create a machine with so and so size. Create the machine, go to overview, take the snapshot of this and share it. Take the complete snapshot so I'll be able to see it. Once it is there, I'll ask Zed to delete it, or I'll ask you to delete it. Yes, I have checked. Please feel free to delete it. Or if I am in front of the computer, I'll check it, I'll delete it, and just share the feedback with you guys. Right? That's all for today, guys. We have only 30 seconds left. If anyone has any doubts, any questions, please feel free to put it on the WhatsApp group. See you next week. Bye.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.